Yes, guys, welcome to Chasing the Target. India have defeated Australia in the first one day of the series in Mumbai by 5 wickets, thanks to a 100-plus run partnership between KL Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja. Early on the day, Australia batted first and they got off to a flyer. Mitchell Marsh, 80 of 60 deliveries. He batted really well, laid the platform for them, but a collapse triggered by a sensational Shami spell, followed by Siraj as well, who cleaned up the tail. Australia bat really deep, mind you, but they collapsed. They could have easily got another 50 to 100 runs and put pressure on India. I felt 250 was a good score on this pitch. Pitch was a bit deceiving. It looked like it was a flat wicket early on, but it really wasn't. There was a hint of grass on it. And I think the way Mitchell Marsh batted, it made it look easy. And the way KL Rahul as well. KL Rahul also gave a few chances. He did get beaten, but he stood there. And in the end, a lot of criticism. But KL Rahul is the man standing. And that's why he is going to be playing for India probably in the World Cup also. Hello, Gajubai. Thank you so much for joining. I hope everything was good with you. So, ठीक ठाक मगर हाँ, from India इतना आसान chase नहीं था जितना दिख रहा अभी by winning by 5 wickets. Early on, they lost a lot of wickets in their innings as well. Mitchell Starc was getting the ball to swing properly at the Wankhede. In swing, out swing, they were getting beaten. Virat Kohli got trapped. LBW. Shuman Gill was given multiple lives. He also had a successful review. But then he ended up getting out to a sensational catch. I think Australia bowled really well in the beginning. But the guy I was banking on, Adam Zampa, he didn't have that good of a game, and that kind of cost them. KL Rahul batted really well. I have to compliment him, in batting at 5 after so much criticism. He got dropped, and rightly so, in T20s and test matches. But, his one-day place was also on the line, especially because there's Ishan Kishan there, Rishabh Pant will come back. There will be other options with the bat, but the way he batted today, he showed that, listen, you can still rely on him. He's a class player, even in challenging conditions against a good bowling attack. He scored runs, match-winning runs. He put on a very good partnership, and Jadeja is just a transformed batsman over the last few years. उन्हें जो खेल रहा situation में, pressure situation में जो निकाल रहा games India के लिए, it's fabulous. And very lucky to have Jadeja. He needs to be fit for India in the World Cup. I think not just because he's an all-rounder, the way he's batting right now in pressure situations, it's unbelievable. Not only is he being able to rotate the strike, he finds boundaries at crucial times. He understands this. He plays to the situation. He can be aggressive if needed. He can be a bit conservative if needed. So, मेरे हिसाब से, I think Jadeja is probably one of the best batters India have right now because of the runs he's scoring in pressure situations in any format. गुडनोर पाजी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. कैसे हैं आप? ठीक ठाक. थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग. KL at 5 in ODI. फायर मिक्स ना करो बस T20 और टेस्ट. हाँ बिल्कुल, देखो अभी उसको तो सजा तो मिल गई. T20 और टेस्ट में वहां पे परफॉर्मेंस नहीं थी. He got dropped, but rightly so, they backed him in the one day format, and he's proven himself. When everybody else was failing, he stood up today, batted really well. The first shot that he played today, kadak through the covers, that drive was sensational, brilliant timing, and he set the tone for the rest of the game. There were times also where he got good deliveries. He got beaten a few times. At times he showed a solid defense also. So it was a very good innings overall. UCL draws quarterfinals. Yes, I just saw that before. I think AC Milan is playing Napoli. Chelsea is playing Real Madrid. Bayern is playing who? And the other two I don't remember. But yeah, I did see the draws. Europa League, I think United is playing Sevilla. Shakti Anna happy. Yes, very happy today. Finally sees his son-in-law, play innings like that. Yes, it wasn't 100, but he did the job. Got to the target and batted really well. I don't know why. I still have no confidence in this one. I understand where you're coming from, because the reason why you don't have confidence in him is because you've seen him in big ICC tournaments, failing, whether it's the 2019 World Cup semi-final or the 2021 matches against Pakistan and New Zealand, or the 22 matches against South Africa and England. even against Pakistan there as well, he did not perform. That's why you still need to see him in big tournaments. But this is a step forward, I think, in the one day format. Batting at 5, he brings stability to the middle order. And also, as we saw today, जब जल्दी विकेट चले आते पावर प्ले में, आपको न्यू बॉल खेलना पड़ता है एज मिडिल ऑर्डर बैट्समैन, एंड KL Rahul has experience in that. So that is very valuable experience, and it actually helps in those situations. अगर आप आज देखें, he played like an opener batter, even though 5 पे खेल रहा था वो, न्यू बॉल सी थ्रू किया, बॉल अच्छी स्विंग हो रही थी. Maybe it was to the latter stages of the power play, but still, like, he faced the music, and then he started to score his runs. And he was, I would say, not conservative, but he was very careful throughout the innings. He didn't take unnecessary risks. You can say towards the end, Smith dropped a tough chance, but apart from that, I think KL Rahul played a very good innings. भाई पूजा करके जो आ रहे हैं सब अच्छा कर रहे हैं, क्या बात है सर. बिल्कुल ऐसे ही हो रहा है अभी. इंडिया will seriously think of him instead of KS Bharat in WTC final, I think. And look, Test cricket is a different ball game altogether. First of all, he has to score runs over there, and wicket keeping is a different challenge altogether in the red ball format in Test cricket. 5 दिन करना पड़ता है वहां पे, और उसके ऊपर उन्हें ओपन भी करता है बैटिंग टेस्ट क्रिकेट में. अगर 5 में भी खेलना है तो लंबा इनिंग खेलना करता है. आई डोंट थिंक KL Rahul की बस की बात है वो. लेकिन नाउ वी हैव टू लुक एट द प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन with the World Cup coming up. I think he is more or less confirmed in that middle order, because he's shown, despite him being in such poor form and being a tough situation, so much pressure on him. Even today, not only is there pressure on him for not scoring runs in previous series, but there's also pressure in terms of इतने विकेट जल्दी चले गए थे, लेकिन वो बंदा खड़ा रहा एंड तक एंड अच्छा खेला. तो मेरे हिसाब से KL Rahul को you have to praise him today and take it forward. And he look, some of the shots he played were fantastic, and he's shown why he's a talented batter and why Rohit Sharma was backing him in all formats. He wasn't performing in the other two. They dropped him. If he didn't perform in this series, they might have considered dropping him also. Lekin I think I'm happy for him, the way he played today. Bala भाई गल्ला ठीक नहीं है क्या? नहीं, सॉरी सर, तबीयत थोड़ा आउट है 1-2 दिन से, वेदर चेंज और ये सब, तो गला, हाँ मतलब मैं ये क्या है, स्ट्रेप्सिल्स और वो पानी पी रहा हूँ और गर्म चाय, तो आ जाएगा आवाज 1-2 दिन में. रवि शास्त्री या कोई बड़ा प्लेयर बोला कि मैं बॉल इतना स्पिन नहीं होगा तो वो कीप कर सकता है WTC फाइनल में. लेकिन स्विंग बहुत रहेगा भाई, इंग्लैंड में बॉल इतना स्विंग होने वाला है, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू बी इजी. आप देखो, धोनी भी स्ट्रगल कर रहा था इनिशियल ईयर्स में उसके करियर में टेस्ट क्रिकेट में. वो जो ड्यूक्स बॉल रहता, आफ्टर द बॉल बीट्स द बैट, इतना हिलता बॉल, तो मुश्किल रहेगा KL Rahul के लिए. तो मेरे हिसाब से अभी उसको वनडे पे ही फोकस करने दो. अल्लाह करे, अल्लाह बोल के उन्हें अभी जाके रन बनाया, कितने 3-4-5 महीने के बाद ही मैच विनिंग इनिंग्स था उसका. सो लेट हिम stick to this format for now. Don't confuse him, don't get his confidence down. उसको जो वहां से निकाले ठीक निकाले according to performance, but the way they backed him here, it was good. And let him now focus on one day cricket. I think अच्छी पारी खेला, मैच विनिंग इनिंग बोल सकते हैं इसको, और उसको कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा. और आप और उभर के आएगा KL Rahul, और शॉट्स खेलने वाला है, टाइमिंग भी उसकी देखने वाले, टैलेंट तो है बंदे में, नो डाउट, शॉट्स भी है, और आपको देखने में मिलेगी. मोर कॉन्फिडेंस दैट ही गेट्स, यू विल सी अ डिफरेंट KL Rahul. एंड KL Rahul का ये भी क्रिटिसिज्म था IPL में कि भाई वो मैच फिनिश करता नहीं. एंड टुडे ठीक है, स्ट्राइक रेट वाज नॉट एज यू एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम इन मॉडर्न डे क्रिकेट, लेकिन इट वाज अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन एंड ही स्टूड टिल द एंड, ही फिनिश्ड इट ऑफ. उन्हें काम खत्म करके आया है पूरा. तो KL Rahul आज जा सकता है ड्रेसिंग रूम में, बोल सकता हार्दिक पांड्या कप्तान को, भाई मैं आज करके आया. एंड ही फिनिश्ड एवरीथिंग एंड ही केम टू द ड्रेसिंग रूम इन द विनिंग टीम. सो ही डिड हिज जॉब, KL Rahul. Gill got out 4 times today. Yes, that was a worrying sign. 2-3 बार ड्रॉप हो गया, एक LBW दिए, फिर वो रिवर्स हो गया, इट वाज नॉट आउट. ही डिड गेट अ बिट लकी एंड जस्ट द कंडीशंस वर अ बिट डिफिकल्ट, बट काइंड ऑफ वरीइंग साइंस दैट द टॉप ऑर्डर फॉर इंडिया, whenever there's a hint of movement or if there's anything there, they do struggle. And we've seen now in India you can produce these kind of pitches. So if it's a World Cup game and you have a game like this, you have Mitchell Stark coming in and getting the ball to swing. If you have Jofra Archer, you might struggle. So India will have to work on that part of the game. But the thing which they have improved that I can say, the middle order standing up now in one days. वो number 4-5 का मसला हो रहा था, अभी भी number 4 का आप बोल सकते. सूर्य कुमार, I back the guy. I know a lot of people will be upset with him. आज उन्हें performance फिर से नहीं दिया, and he's not been performing in the 50 over format. So उसके भी मौके चले जा रहे हैं, ऐसा दिख रहा है। श्रेयस अय्यर आया तो वो probably will take his place back, लेकिन नंबर 5-6 very solid right now and you need that because अलग अलग सिचुएशंस रहेंगे वर्ल्ड कप में भी। कभी आपको फिनिश करना पड़ेगा गेम, कभी आपको स्टार्ट करके भी फिनिश करना पड़ेगा जैसा आज हुआ। सो दे विल बी डिफरेंट थिंग्स। स्मिथ एंड पांड्या's captaincy, yeah, I think Pandya in particular, Smith, I know he's always done really good captaincy, whether it's test matches or limited overs, he's experienced. But the way Pandya handled his bowlers, the way he brought in Shami, then he took him out, brought in Siraj. Whenever he made bowling changes, picked up wickets, field placements were good. His own positioning was good. And yeah, I think Hardik Pandya is growing as a captain now. And that's a good sign for Indian cricket. We are always worried कि भाई अभी कौन करेगा कप्तानी, विराट कोहली रोहित शर्मा के बाद, इन लोग सब के बाद कौन करेगा। बट आई थिंक हार्दिक पांड्या is slowly transforming. The IPL was a very good start for him. मगर अभी जो ट्रांजिशन हो रहा, आयरलैंड सीरीज से लेके श्रीलंका बांग्लादेश की सीरीज, now he's playing against Australia, he's captaining the side in a 50 over. I think the transition has been very smooth and very effective, and these are good signs for Indian cricket कि भाई है कप्तान अभी, और फ्यूचर में भी बनेंगे कैप्टन। ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई अगर इन लोग रिटायर हो गए तो कोई कप्तान नहीं बन सकता। जॉन एबट की बॉलिंग कैसी थी आज? बहुत जबरदस्त थी। मैं कल अगर आप पूछे थे शायद गज्जू भाई, और मैं बोला शायद नहीं खेलेगा वो, मगर आज मुझे अच्छी लगी थी उसकी इनिशियली जो न्यू बॉल के साथ डाला था। आई लाइक हिज बॉलिंग। फेवरेट मेरी मिचेल स्टार्क की बॉलिंग थी। And he's a class bowler still in white ball cricket, 33 years old. He still has pace, and if there's any hint of movement, he will extract it. और वो डेथ ओवर्स में भी अच्छा डाल सकता है मिचेल स्टार्क, तो he impressed me. एडम सापा मैं थोड़ा सा खफा था उससे. I was a bit upset with his performance. I had him in my fantasy picks. Thoughts on Shadul 11? Do we really have no option? You always have options. The reason why he's playing is because of that stability, that mindset, and the peace of mind कि भाई उन्हें बैटिंग भी कर लेता, bowling भी कर लेता. This is why he is playing. In terms of options, you'd always have options. I still feel you need to go with regular bowlers, but because he does back of the mind, that he can hit some boundaries, and also he can pick up wickets in the middle overs, bowl the slower balls, cutters भी डाल देता उन्हें, थोड़ा pace change कर देता. He unsettles the batsman with थोड़ा सा line and length. So especially change of pace. That's why they keep him in the team, and mostly it's for the balance. But are there options? The problem is there's no all-round options, but there are options in terms of fast bowlers. 100%. There's always options, bro. For me, Mohammad Shami is my man of the match. I know, I mean, like KL Rahul was right up there as well, but Mohammad Shami, the way his spell was incredible. I thought he bowled really well. Australia were flying with it, and in hindsight, if Australia got और 50 या 60-70 रन बना दिए तो ये चीज बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता था इंडिया के लिए. 180 was already looking tough at a certain stage after the first 15-20 overs, and would have been tougher अगर 250-300 लग गए थे बोर्ड पे, and वो चल रहा था ऑस्ट्रेलिया 120 for 1 or something like that. And they completely collapsed. And Shami started that collapse. He bowled really well against the right-handers, left-handers. He was on point today. Siraj also, the way he bowled, I was very impressed with India's bowling. And to restrict Australia below 200, I think they did a fabulous job. They set it up for the batsmen, and also on a tricky-ish kind of pitch, they gave them a good total to chase, not anything out of reach. Even though they did lose early wickets, there were still batters to go, and you still could have reached that target with sensible batting. और वही हुआ आज अगर आप देखें, sensible batting, good partnership between Jadeja and KL Rahul. Australia had a few half chances, whether it was early on शुभमन गिल के या KL राहुल का भी एक हाफ चांस स्मिथ डाइव मारा था, हाथ को लग के ड्रॉप कर दिया था. लेकिन overall, if they took those half chances, maybe it would have been a different thing you could say. But I just felt that the batting collapsed. They didn't read the pitch. They felt कि भाई ये 350 की pitch है तो मारते जाओ. They didn't realize कि भाई Mitchell Marsh was actually playing a blinder in a tricky kind of pitch, and they didn't assess it, and that was the disadvantage of batting first. Also, the dew is going to come in. It would be relatively a bit easier to bat on, and you saw that after the first 15-20 overs के बाद दिख गया था कि भाई थोड़ा सा सुकून आएगा. Hardik Pandya with the bat, a bit disappointing. I felt he was putting up a good partnership with KL Rahul, but the way he played that shot, it was set up. Mitchell's, what's his name? Marcus Stoinis. I felt he bowled really well. He kept bowling the short balls. Effort balls डालते जा रहा था उन्हें. और it was a good plan to get Hardik Pandya out. I was a bit disappointed in him. लेकिन KL Rahul stood up. Surya Kumar, he's a talking point because I backed him. Listen, I still want him in the one-day team. I want him in the one-day squad. I want him to play in the World Cup. Lekin he's making my case a bit weaker now. Again, he has failed. You can say he got a good delivery first up and everything like that, but fact of the matter is that it was a good opportunity for him to score runs like KL Rahul did and try to at least put his name in the hat for the squad. Rather than cementing, at least put your name in the hat and say that you're in and around the selection. But by getting out early in all these matches, he's wasting his opportunities. ऐसी ही विकेट्स देनी चाहिए, बिकॉज हम बायलैटरल फ्लैट पिच पे खेलते हैं और फिर आईसीसी में ऐसी पिचेस पे हार जाते हैं. बिल्कुल सही बात है, ये बिल्कुल सही बात है. और मैं यही बोल रहा था कि भाई अगर ये पिच अगर वर्ल्ड कप में मिल गया और ऐसा आर्चर भी आ गया या शाहीन आ गया, तकलीफ पहुंचाएंगे इंडिया को. तो अगर आप ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं ऐसे पिचेस पे, चिराग भाई, योर पॉइंट इज वेरी वैलिड. इट विल keep you in good stead going into the World Cup and it will keep you prepared कि भाई अगर थोड़ा सा फास्ट पिच आ गया तो हमारे प्लेयर खेल चुके हैं इस पे. एंड the fact that the middle order also stood up. KL Rahul, for me, it was not just the shots that he played, it was just the situation that he played. It gave me confidence ki bhai, look, it was a pressure situation. Yes, it wasn't a World Cup, but it was still a tight situation. He took his team to victory. It'll give him a lot of confidence from everything that has happened in the last few months. आज टॉइनेस के चलते 1 करोड़ नहीं जीत पाया. हाँ, 1 करोड़ बोल रहे हैं आप, नहीं जीत पाए मिस्टर मार्कस टॉइनेस. 1 सेकंड सर, हमारे को होस्ट आ गए सर. यू कैन टेक ओवर. मेरी आवाज चले गई भाई.
हाँ, आवाज चली गई.
Welcome to the show and all that criticism, all that thing and everything. KL Rahul has answered you and all his critics with a fantastic match-winning
innings. Not yet. I mean, yes, he was fantastic. Everything said and done. Very good innings. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy. 100% जबरदस्त innings है. लेकिन एक बार श्रीलंका में भी मारे थे, उसके बाद भी उन्होंने हक दिए थे अगले ODI में. तो ऐसी क्रेडिट ड्यू है. 100% भाई प्रेशर सोक इन करा. He had उन्हें घुसे जब 15 ओवर थे कुछ एंड बेहतरीन उन्हें बैटिंग करा. ही सोक्ड इन द प्रेशर, टुक हिज टाइम. ही न्यू ही हैड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. दैट्स व्हाट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई आपके पास इतना टाइम है, इतनी डिलीवरीज है. वो भी टफ हो जाता सिचुएशन का. इतना टाइम में डिलीवरीज होता है कि मैं सर्वाइव कैसे करूं ना. तो मेंटल एस्पेक्ट का गेम है पूरा. ODI फॉर्मेट में ही हैज बीन कंसिस्टेंटली वेल. I won't say that he isn't. He even kept very well. ईशान किशन वही हो रहा था मैं कि भाई ईशान किशन को विकेट कीपर नहीं बनाए, but it was probably the better call. He kept behind the wickets, but also एक ही मैच हुआ है. I'm still waiting for a consistent run of things. Again, आज का he can probably celebrate, but for me and probably like other people would be waiting कि भाई इन्हें consistently कब खेलेंगे. बड़े आज बोल सकते मैच विनिंग परफॉर्मेंस था. सिमिलरली हम श्रीलंका में भी I think कलकत्ता या कहाँ देखे, I forgot the pitch. But वहां पे भी उन्होंने मारा. But
I don't remember name.
Yeah, Cochin, I think Cochin. So उसके बाद he failed to perform. So now I just hope he gets a considered. Like I told you, as soon as उन्हें आया आज पिच पे, मैं आपको क्या बोला भाई, इन्हें आज कॉन्फिडेंट दिख रहा है. इसके मुंह पे टेंशन नहीं दिख रही. जब उन्हें टेंशन में रहेगा, अलानिया दिख के आया तब उसके टेम्परामेंट.
इसको निकालो.
Yeah, I'm still telling you, like, if he doesn't perform consistently, I'm saying that, bhai, today you see the body language today. Go to the test matches, go to the one days prior or maybe the T20 World Cup. Look at his body language. He's shivering. तो मेरे हिसाब से भाई वो body language का है, mental aspect का. I don't know what it is right now with him, but आज अच्छा खेला. Credit दे देता हूँ भाई, ले लो. अगला match I'm waiting for you.
I think what he's gone through in the last 5-6 months, and it rightly so, just how usko drop kare, he rightly was dropped. He is not performing, but to come out of that and come in a situation where you are 3 down, there is a pressure, there's a chase on. If he got out at that time, they could have triggered a collapse. Australia could have won the game. So the way he played the situation, I think hats off. And this is why they're backing him. He is talented. You mentioned that cover drive. Some of the defensive shots, the maturity that he played with. He understood the situation. He was always in check with the run rate. The partnership he put on with Jadeja. This is why they are backing him, and I have to credit him, because when a person is low and he comes in a difficult time and performs, that's where I'm going to think. It's not like everybody scored 100 and KL Rahul also chipped in with the 100. Aisa nahi tha. It was everybody was failing and KL Rahul stood up along with Jadeja. So that's why I'm going to credit him today because of the situation.
मैं 100% मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ आपको, credit है, and I'm very happy the way he played. उसके short selections, timing of the ball, next to no one. We see the skill set, right? अभी issue जो भी लोग अगर केएल राहुल को अगेंस्ट में है या थोड़ा बहुत डिस्क्रेडिट करे, आज के लिए नहीं बोल रही है. ओवरऑल देखो आप 6 महीने के पीरियड में एक आध मैच में आके आप मारे, इट्स गुड, वी आर हैप्पी। चलो एक आध मैच में हम निकाले मैच, वेरी गुड, वाह होंगी। ये वाह विल ओनली सस्टेन टिल द नेक्स्ट मैच आप फील होंगे, फिर वापस आ जाएंगे आपके ऊपर। कंसिस्टेंट स्ट्रिंग ऑफ रन्स, कंसिस्टेंटली आप अगर परफॉर्म करें, अगर जो कि हम लोग को मालूम आप में क्लास है भाई, वो आपको बोलना नहीं है। आप फर्स्ट जब कवर ड्राइव मारते, आप शॉट मारे, आज छिक्का जो मारा उन्हें टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द इनिंग्स, उन्हें एक बेहतरीन सिक्स उठाया, पुल शॉट मारा, ही हैज एवरी शॉट इन हिम, बट it is just something that he's not able to do in bigger ICC tournaments. He's not able to do in IPL में अच्छा रन चलते रहता उसका, फिर एकदम उन्हें जब प्रेशर सिचुएशन रहता, he's not, आज प्रेशर सिचुएशन था, आप बोल सकते हैं श्रीलंका में भी अगेंस्ट भी वही देखे थे अपन। I just hope it's consistent, that's all I'm asking for.
The thing is that what he everybody was saying कि भाई इसके बाद Dravid के साथ कुछ connection है, ये है वो है. Today he proved that the reason why they're backing him was because of his talent, because they know that he has the shots, they know that like when he's in full flow he's a very good batter, that's why he was getting back, and that's why they give him a longer rope. It wasn't because Sunil Shetty का दामाद है, ये है या वो है and everything. And today he proved that this is why he's in the Indian cricket team, and of course he needs to perform in the ICC tournaments and big matches. I agree, but what do you call it? He will be tested in this one-day World Cup. He will be criticized if he doesn't perform. But I think just the fact that he's fought back from all that is credit to him. And today is his day. I'll just take a few comments. Chirag Bhai saying, not yet. Mustafa Bhai, he's in the team since last 7 years. We know what he should deliver by now. There's a reason why he's in the team for the last 7 years. आज की विंग भी अच्छी की खेल ने बिल्कुल फैज भी तारीफ करे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वालेकुम सलाम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू. Yep, I agree. IPL is back, baby. क्या बात है, आज खेल राहुल अच्छा खेल गया, बहुत जबरदस्त खेला, class is permanent. Form is not. I agree with that. India should be happy that bowlers managed to restrict Australia to 188. At one stage, it looked like Aussies would get 352, 360. And also, I think Australia, they misread the pitch. It was Mitchell Marsh's brilliance, the way he batted, with the composure and the skill that he batted with. They thought it was a 300 pitch. That's why people coming in, instead of just trying to anchor and support him, they were trying to score runs as well. And they got out to some good bowling. But they kind of misread the pitch and situation. Mitchell Marsh made it look easy. I think Mitchell Marsh's innings is probably the best today. Australia kind of misjudged what score to put.
But I mean, even
good, bro.
But I mean, from the position that they were in, right? अपन क्या 19 overs में 134, 140 थे आप लोग. You could have seen, like you said, anchor the innings, taken singles. Even आप single लेते आप और एक 200 runs मारते थे, आराम से. 300 तक तो आप पहुंच सकते थे, ऐसा नहीं था कि नहीं. Australia really messed up in the middle
because of the position they were in, they thought कि
350
का pitch है. और इसलिए लोग खेलते गए वैसा.
ये लोग ये सोचेंगे कि ये लोग ये सोचेंगे भाई एक्सेलरेट कर देंगे, अभी अच्छे मुकाम पे हैं बॉलर्स, उन लोगों के थोड़े अंडर द रेडार है, मार के तो देखेंगे, वो मारने में पूरे ही चौट हो गए अपना.
और फिर ये भी ड्यू का भी डर था, ये सब लाइक चीजें चल रहे थे, तो they were trying to get 350, 400 and I think 270, 280 would have been good in hindsight, but it's always easy to say stuff in hindsight. So
in hindsight,
हम लोग यहाँ पे कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं. इंडिया I took this. आज कीपिंग भी शानदार हुई. That's a very good point.
बहुत शानदार हुआ. बट अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया का देख रहे मुस्तफा, ऑन द फ्लिप साइड, लाइक उन्ना वाइड्स भी बहुत डाले, लाइक आई सॉ देम ड्रिफ्टिंग डाउन द लेग साइड अ लॉट. Bowlers couldn't maintain, and they were playing Zampa a lot, like situation में जहाँ पे you would expect an Abbott to come, Mitchell Starc आने का, डालने का, या someone, they kept bowling Zampa, and it was not a pitch for Zampa. Maybe Zampa के लिए वो pitch उतनी great नहीं थी. एक spinner पिट रहा था, leg spinner तो. But yeah, I mean, easily, rather than like field adjustments करके थोड़ा और close in करो, because उन लोगों का game plan बहुत set था इंडिया का. अगर आप देखो, like they wanted the singles, they wanted the thing, they weren't going for the boundaries. The boundaries mostly came off the leg length जो जडेजा मार ले रहा था, leg side पे जाता था, leg side फिरा दे रहा था. So I think Australia थोड़े बहुत they messed up themselves.
पूरा ball wet हो गया था, you could see control because of the dew. They were losing. Right, बहुत extras डाल रहे थे उन लोग end में.
Yeah, और grip नहीं हो रही थी. I get it, and everyone was carrying a towel. I know वो फिर भी मुश्किल हो जाता because थोड़ा wet होएगा या soak in हो जाता, water heavy हो जाता थोड़ा to grab it. But मेरे हिसाब से I think Australia really shot themselves in their own foot, और अच्छा खासा मैच चलते चलते they spoiled it. Like they could have won easily. issue is in every year or situation comes where we need to back him. He does good in 4 to 5 matches. We say he has potential, and then again the downfall starts. And this is exactly. I mean, देखो मेरे हिसाब से चिराग भाई, I've told this off camera to Mustafa. I told it on camera also. Bhai, this guy is a genius with stroke play. His drives are insane. Like today also the shot he hit, Mitchell Stark was on a hat trick and he gave him a cover drive four. भाई वो शॉट का क्लास अलग है, मैं नहीं समझा सकता. लाइक द सेम थिंग आई सॉ अगेंस्ट आई थिंक इन T20 वर्ल्ड कप में जब उन्हें अफगानिस्तान को 50 मारा था, सेम कवर ड्राइव्स मारा था. पोटेंशियल है, सब है, लेकिन आई एग्री विद यू कि प्रेशर सिचुएशन में आईसीसी में ही इज स्टिल नॉट फॉर मी वन ऑफ द guys who will handle that pressure. अब इसमें देखो, अब he handles pressure bilateral में, he'll handle pressure, he'll आपके टॉप 5 चले गए भाई. सूर्य कुमार चले गया, विराट कोहली चले गया, शुभमन गिल चले गया, ईशान किशन चले गया. शुभमन गिल वाज स्टिल लुकिंग गुड, बट शुभमन गिल भी चले गया. अब आपको
शुभमन गिल टुडे वाज वेरी लकी. 4 चांसेस थे उसको.
या एंड लाइक अब उस सिचुएशन में आप आके यू नो सोकन कर, जो हम श्रीलंका में भी देखे, he has it in him, but then what happens to you in the big occasions, वो चीज समझ में नहीं आ रही. इधर भी बिग ओकेजन था, पोटेंशियली आपकी आधी टीम आउट हो गई, फिर भी आप आए, आप अच्छा डिजाइन करके आए, आप एग्जीक्यूट करिए.
But I think there's a general problem with a lot of Indian players. Maybe Virat Kohli is an exception, Rohit Sharma could be an exception, but it's a problem with all Indian players. आप देखो टेस्ट मैचेस में आप केएल को निकाले, ठीक है, क्या हुआ था, and this is not because of him, but थर्ड टेस्ट मैच में हार गए थे आप, तो उसको निकाल के तो it's not like you went and killed it. The 4 test, Shubman Gill scored 100, but every Tom, Dick, and Harry also scored runs on that pitch. So it wasn't like, you know, so it's not just KL Rahul, it's also the other Indian batters who are replacing him or who are playing with him. They also on big occasions don't rise to the occasion. KL Rahul wasn't there in the 2017 Champions League, Champions Trophy final against Pakistan. Rohit Sharma was there, Virat Kohli was there, Shikhar Dhawan was there. They did not perform. In 2015 semi-finals, KL Rahul was not there, but India still lost on that big occasion. 2016 semi-finals, KL Rahul wasn't there. I don't think he was there, right? And
so,
they still didn't.
So I'll give you a counter on that thing. I'll give a very small counter. My only thing is, see, how many ICC tournaments have Virat not performed, Rohit not performed consistently? Not a lot, right? Like this guy consistently, whichever big occasion
he's come to. Where have they performed? Have they won you any tournament? Any of these guys?
But in pressure. But in pressure situations, who's the most at work? These guys, right? That's what I'm saying. Like in a once in a while karta hai. Not as consistent as a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli, right?
Oh, okay, fine. But what about the other batters over there, like a Rishabh Pant or a Hardik Pandya? Yeah, Rishabh Pant at the gap, I completely agree. But like who else?
Surya Kumar in T20 has done it. उसके बाद
semi-final में तो उन्हें कहाँ था, दिखाई नहीं मेरे को where he needed to be. So it's a like in big occasions, it's a problem with India. There's a lot of pressure, and it's not just KL Rahul. You will have these problems. 15 में तो उन्हें पैदा भी नहीं, मतलब पैदा हुआ था मगर नहीं खेल रहा था, राइट, वर्ल्ड कप. तो आपको प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे थे जब धोनी आपका कप्तान था, फिर भी आप बड़े मैचेस नहीं जीत रहे थे वो टाइम पे. So it is going to be a problem whether KL Rahul is there or not there. You're going to have this issue. That's what I'm telling you. Issue. What is this? अगर डेविड वार्नर फिट नहीं है तो वो इंडिया क्यों आया अभी? भाई आईपीएल शुरू हो रहा है, दिल्ली का कैप्टन है वो.
नहीं, वार्नर फिट है. आई थिंक उसका सर्जरी भी हो गया, लाइक जो भी इश्यूज था एल्बो के साथ सब सही हो गया. ही जस्ट डिडंट गेट पिक्ड आई थिंक टुडे.
It could be two things. Either maybe he's not fully fit. I don't. Maybe that's why he didn't play.
And Mitchell Marsh was like, because Mitchell Marsh Shield में भी जबरदस्त performance करा था, 100 मारा था.
नहीं, Mitchell Marsh तो one down भी खेल सकता. I think he played in place of Labuschagne probably played in place of him. World Cup में भी ऐसी पिच रहेगी क्या? भाई मैं नहीं बता सकता, मगर एक आध पिच तो रहेगा. एक आध पिच तो रहेगा. Zalmi on fire, baby. 25 for 1 and 2.4 overs. Lahore, they need 147 and 104 balls. I mean, Lahore can still win this. Let's see what Power does.
Power did 42.
Whoever wins the finals is Peshawar Zalmi versus Lahore Qalandars. We'll get through all the comments and everything, and then we will watch the finish to this game. It's going to be very exciting. Tomorrow is the finals for the PSL. Can't wait.
Yes,
Afghanistan को नहीं, Zimbabwe को 50 मारा था.
Zimbabwe को मारा था. Sorry, मेरे को अफगानिस्तान याद था. Okay.
एक अफगानिस्तान में भी मारा था उन्हें एशिया कप में. मैं गया था वो मैच. I think जब कोहली 100 मारा था एशिया कप में.
400 जो मारे थे, I think. Yeah.
other batter at least take us to semi-final. ये वो भी करता क्या अब right now he hasn't taken you to the semi-final. लेकिन what I'm saying is that's what I agree with you. I expect him to also perform in the big games, but I'm telling you he's not the only thing. And do you feel the caliber of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, it's enough to just to take semi-finals? No. You talk about these guys as the modern day greats, so you want them to take them to the next line like Ben Stokes did for England. That's what you expect from Kohli and Rohit Sharma. That's what I'm saying. It's not a criticism, it's just like an
Means
improvement
what
of that.
I'll take away from this में क्या है, like what I agree with Mustafa, dependency on Virat and Kohli probably is more. अगर आप कौन सा मैच था ये, अच्छा लास्ट टेस्ट ले लो आप, you saw Indian players एक आध like someone everyone was giving a contribution, right? ICC टूर्नामेंट में क्या है, डिपेंडेंसी इतना है विराट कोहली एंड रोहित शर्मा पे कि भाई ये लोग ही हमारे को लेके देंगे, बाकी के बैट्समैन दे डोंट come to that thing. You require sometimes Shubman Gill to pitch in, you require KL Rahul to pitch in, you require Surya to pitch in, you require Hardik to pitch in. But consistently it's either Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli or big match players that come and support you. And ये जो बीच के लोग हैं, they also need to probably step up. But again, KL Rahul in like this situation, and most of them from the start of the tournament is usually pressurized in an ICC one at least.
Yeah. Rohit and Kohli have won India 2013 Champions Trophy and 2006 Asia Cup with their performance. Yes, in 2013 they did. Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, they won India.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli also had performances. I agree. There, I will put my hand up and say that KL Rahul hasn't given that performance yet. But on that caliber, I'm saying what I've seen in the recent past, in big matches, not a lot of players have performed for India. I expected them to beat Pakistan in 2017. I expected them to beat West Indies in 2016 and New Zealand in 2019. And those guys didn't perform to the level I expected. 2015, it's okay. You lost to Australia in Australia against a very good Australian team. That's fine. But the others, your favorites going there and your players, big players did not perform and they should have. India should be right now the most successful team in the last 10 years and they're not. That's just my opinion.
100%. No, I agree with that because of the caliber of players that they have. 100%. And ऐसा
Akash
नहीं है,
bhai.
coaches भी नहीं थे. Akash bhai says world best all-rounder है भाई, man. रविंद्र जडेजा बहुत जबरदस्त भाई. Batting तो उन्हें I think उन्हें last presentation में the final के presentation में ये भी बोला I'm not happy with my batting. तो उसमें I think I forgot who the commentator was. बोला नहीं भाई आप अच्छा बैटिंग करे, ये वो नहीं, जिस तरीके से मेरे को करना चाहिए मैं करा नहीं हूँ and I have to. And then today he was there with KL Rahul.
मैं actually बोल रहा था he's probably the best batter for India over the last 2-3 years in tough situations, man. 2019 से ले लो, देखो ने उससे पहले भी जब भी आप हार रहे मैच या मुश्किल सिचुएशन में आके इनिंग्स खेल रहा, धोनी को कैसा कैरी करा एंड तक
एक चीज बोलता हूँ मैं, like मैं love रविंद्र जडेजा, but unsung hero है भाई ये, unsung hero. Like you don't see a lot of Jadejayans or इसे धोनियंस और कोहलियंस और ये फलाना ढिमका बोलते हैं, पर लेकिन रविंद्र जडेजा मैं कब रियलाइज करा ये चीज कि भाई रविंद्र जडेजा कितना बड़ा प्लेयर है. Like wow my god, he's been under the radar for so long. Is when Australia के टॉड मर्फी इनला जो आए अभी, they're like he's my favorite bowler. He's like I look up to him like an like my guru or something. And I'm like man, and then I went back, मैं देखा कि भाई कितने गेम जिताए उन्हें अपने को. चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स को देख लो आप, उन्हें कितने चिल्ला करा उधर. वाकई यार रविंद्र जडेजा one of the most underrated players probably for India right now. Not now, but like over the years.
Hardik Pandya is the best all-rounder in the world. He's not the best all-rounder in India. That's what I always say. Jadeja is the best all-rounder in India, man. He's so good in all conditions. And as a batter, he's the most improved batter because, like, we always knew him for his bowling. And Shane Warne, man, he's the one who spotted him in that first IPL. I remember called him a rock star. And this guy has just improved. I was not the biggest fan of him before, but over the last 4 years, man, the way
in every department, batting ले लो, आज fielding में catch देख लो आप, वो बेहतरीन जो कैच लिया उन्हें, सेम जो 4 टेस्ट में फर्स्ट विकेट डिसमिस करने को कैच लिया था उन्हें मिड ऑन पे या मिड ऑफ पे, उसके बाद ट्रैवल्स हेड का आई थिंक, उसके बाद आज बॉलिंग भी, आई मीन ही इज man everything you need in a player. And I don't know why like उसको अभी तक चढ़ाया नहीं होता, like जितना अपन यूजुअली किसी और को चढ़ाते, धोनी को ले लो या धोनी चढ़ा, मतलब चढ़ाना बोले तो like वाहवाही करना, whatever I'm trying to say.
He's incredible, man. इंडिया मेहमान नवाजी नहीं कर रहा है, वो ऑफ द फील्ड होता है राकेश भाई.
और पठान पूरे लेजेंड्स लीग कब खेले, ये टूर्नामेंट नहीं खेला था, पूरे पठान वहां पे कतर में पूरे. Yesterday he went blank again and Sammy stepped in and he calmed Babar down, otherwise IU would have won yesterday. Islamabad United.
या
Yeah, Islamabad
बॉबी
United.
थोड़ा कैप्टन से भी परेशान हो जाते हैं उन लोग, थोड़ा नहीं बहुत ज्यादा परेशान होते हैं। मैं लाइव भी देखा था, व्हेन देयर इज अ प्रेशर सिचुएशन बाबर आजम एकदम से प्रेशर में आ जाते हैं। अब देखेंगे आज कैसा करते हैं, स्कोर का अपडेट मैं करते रहूंगा। राइट नाउ इज 26 फॉर 1 आई थिंक।
It's a 37 for 1. 37 for 1, 135 runs in 97 balls. Bowls. So, yeah, I mean, definitely. Babar Azam, what's his age? Like 27, 28, 26? What Babar Azam might be? He's young,
He's
right?
28. He's 28. I think he's going to 20. He's like 1 or 2 years younger to me. He's 28, I think.
Yeah. अम्मा अपने से यंगर है अम्मा।
हाँ?
इंग्लैंड के साथ अपने से यंगर है सोच रहा हूँ मैं। इंग्लैंड के साथ क्या दिया बांग्लादेश ने T20 में? बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं दिया। ले गॉट आई थिंक बांग्लादेश, मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार अंशुल भाई, बहुत जबरदस्त टीम है यार बांग्लादेश का। राइज इन T20 हैज बीन गुड। एंड लिटन दास, मैं बोल रहा था मुझे, देखो बीच का ऑर्डर टॉप ऑर्डर नहीं कंट्रीब्यूट करे, इट्स जस्ट ऑन शाकिबुल हसन, इट्स जस्ट ऑन अ फ्यू मेहदी हसन मिराज, इट्स ऑन शंटो। बट द डे शंटो, लिटिन, दिस गाइस बैकफायर्ड, मुशफिकुर रहीम, ये ना पूरे कंट्रीब्यूट करे। एंड आप देख लो 3-0 व्हाइट वॉश मैन, इंग्लैंड को व्हाइट वॉश कर दिया, व्हिच इज
Hmm.
आयरॉनिक।
Because
बड़े भाई
you did call it like that it will be a tough challenge for England. And the one day series also थोड़ा बच गए उन लोग इंग्लैंड उसमें, नहीं तो वो भी
वो
हार सकते।
दो जेसन रॉय का जो 100 था और वो दूसरा मलान का जो 100 था, वरना कोई खड़े नहीं। या आई नो बटलर परफॉर्म्ड वेल, बट लाइक अदर पीपल डिडंट स्टैंड अप। एंड ऑब्वियसली
बिल्कुल।
बांग्लादेश की भी बैटिंग भी नहीं थी। बड़े मैच का प्लेयर मुस्तफा का फेवरेट कमेंट होगा ये डे का, बिकॉज ही लव्स बेन स्टोक्स। उसको बेन स्टोक्स बहुत पसंद, बिकॉज प्रेशर सिचुएशन में आप पूरा टूर्नामेंट में फाइनल में लाके बेन स्टोक्स खड़ा था, आपको जिता के दे देगा उन्हें, वैसा प्लेयर है बेन स्टोक्स। एंड आई थिंक ही जस्ट नोज हाउ टू विन अ गेम इन अ क्रंच सिचुएशन।
स्टोक्स एंड जडेजा एक टीम
Oh
सीएसके में।
my God. अरे धोनी को भूल जा रहे भाई आप, धोनी भी तो है वो टीम में भाई। क्या है, 3 कूल हेड्स मैन, सीरियस
मेरे को
नेक्स्ट
नहीं,
लेवल है।
मेरे को सीएसके नहीं पसंद भाई, because they're too
या
good and they can win and stuff. I don't like them, bro. We need to find a plan. And we
हैदराबाद
always lose to them, man. Always we lose to them.
always, and it's not always like a small, it's always a big margin, man. I remember they
भाई
smacked us in
डिप्रेशन
the
में चले
Rajiv
गया।
Gandhi.
वो हाइलाइट्स दिखा रहे थे 2019 के,
Yeah.
2019 के दिखा रहे थे हाइलाइट्स, नहीं 18 के, जब विलियमसन कैप्टन
18.
था। सनराइजर्स रीच द फाइनल्स भाई, उसमें दोनों होम एंड अवे
74 for
हारे,
6.
होम एंड अवे हारे, क्वालिफायर हारे, फाइनल भी हारे सीएसके से ब्रो। आई कैन नॉट स्टैंड दैट टीम ब्रो, आई कैन नॉट। इट्स द
भाई
मोस्ट
मैं
लव।
स्टेडियम में देखा था जब सीएसके आई थी भाई, पूरे हैदराबाद में येलो टी शर्ट्स थे। मैं बोला ये क्या है यार, ये धोनी धोनी, दे टर्न इनटू अ सीएसके फैन एंड इट्स लाइक देयर होम, इट्स लाइक वी आर प्लेइंग एट चिदम्बरम।
भाई ये टाइम सीएसके लास्ट ईयर सोप से हार रहे थे, दे वर इन लास्ट, एकदम से जडेजा को निकाल दिया कैप्टन से, धोनी आ गया, सनराइजर्स को हरा दिया पहला मैच। आई मैन गॉड प्लीज डू समथिंग, आई कैन नॉट मैन। वो गेम आई एम गोना बॉयकॉट लाइक सीएसके। आई मेरे को नहीं बता। एंड
ये टाइम एडन मार्करम है भाई, एडन मार्करम के सामने बताओ, देखेंगे, लेट्स सी।
धोनी भी है वहां पे, जडेजा, बेन स्टोक्स, क्या क्या किया। इट्स अ टफ टीम टू
भाई
बीट।
उमरान मलिक है यहाँ पे।
That's why I think this IPL might be tougher. I know Bumrah is still not there, but with Archer back and all these other youngsters in Mumbai gaining experience all around the world, 1 year older now, I think Mumbai will also have a good team. Chennai is definitely stronger now.
विकी
So
विकी विकेट ले लिया, विकी विकेट ले लिया। हफीज गॉन ब्रो, एहसान हफीज चले गया, विकी विकेट ले लिया। वहाब रियाज has clinched a wicket for the Peshawar Zalmi. It's Wahab Riaz caught by Hasibullah, caught behind 15 of 10. Now Abdullah Shafiq is on the pitch with Fakhr Zaman. 38 for 2 chal raha hai, 4.2 mein. Man, Peshawar is going to go through, baby. Wahab strikes and Wahab needs to bowl well today as PC dropped Nisham for today's match. So no six. Yeah, but Nisham has been very poor since a long time. I think briefly in the BBL or somewhere he had a good patch. Or maybe it was for New Zealand, but he has been very poor, like since the T20 World Cup at least. The finisher role that he was used to do, I think it was the SAT20, if I'm not wrong, where he was having an okay patch, but otherwise, बहुत बेकार हो गया है James Neesham.
Top 4 अब भी प्रॉब्लम है इंडिया की, आपका क्या ख्याल है?
Top 4 in terms of World Cup spot?
Top 4 batters in India in the one days.
Yeah. टॉप 4 का तो है भाई, वही है ना अंशुल भाई, दैट्स व्हाट वी बीन कॉलिंग आउट। आज एक इंटरेस्टिंग डिस्कशन भी हो रहा था मुझसे, लाइक आई डोंट नो इफ यू आर हियरिंग द कमेंट्री, मंजरी का गाय वर टॉकिंग अबाउट द, एंड मुस्तफा आल्सो ये चीज हमेशा एडवोकेट करते कि भाई ऑलराउंडर की कमी बहुत है इंडिया में। अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया का देख लो स्ट्रेटजी, दे हैड 8 ऑलराउंडर्स टुडे ऑलमोस्ट, पोटेंशियल ऑलराउंडर्स में 2 थे, बट दे हैड 8 to 9 ऑलराउंडर्स टिल मिचेल स्टार्क एंड स्टैम्पा।
ये भी मैं एक चीज बोलूंगा टॉप 4 के बारे में. आई थिंक उन लोग जब कंडीशन चैलेंजिंग होते दे डू स्ट्रगल. Even
Yeah.
in the World Cup 2019, India were the best team. They had the best top order. But when the semi-final, the ball was swinging overcast. Trent Bolt and Tim Sadi, they just swung bananas around you. And that is going to be the
Mhm.
problem in other big matches as well. When there's challenging conditions, your top order needs to perform, and at
Fine.
least one guy needs to stay there. That's how you're
Mm.
going to win big games. Because you've seen before, like the lower order in pressure situations, they can take you close, but to get over the line, you need a set batsman from the top, and or at least a start to take that pressure off. So I think
Yeah.
ये बहुत important point है. I think again, like in general, in wickets in India, they'll do well, but when there's a tricky kind of situation or a pressure situation, they do struggle. क्या लगता
But
है
do you
मंश?
feel बट डू यू फील कि भाई जिस तरीके से लास्ट ईयर भर रोटेशन हुआ होते गया कहीं ना कहीं टॉप ऑर्डर में, इज दैट एन इफेक्ट लाइक उधर कहीं प्रॉब्लम है कि काफी रोटेशन, और रोहित शर्मा इंजर हुआ, फिर इन्हें आया शुभमन गिल आया, शुभमन गिल गया, केएल राहुल आया, केएल राहुल गया, और कौन सी एक आया था, एंड देन यू हैड ऋतुराज गायकवाड इन द स्क्वाड, या सो मेनी पीपल, सो मे बी इज इट दैट कि भाई
No, I'll tell you why it's
रोटेशन
not
इतना.
that. I'll tell you why it's not that, because middle order में भी यही हो रहा. कभी जडेजा है, कभी अक्सर है, कभी इन्हें है, कभी श्रेयस अय्यर है, कभी इन्हें आ रहा, कभी उन्हें आ रहा. मगर आप लोअर ऑर्डर तो परफॉर्मेंस दे रही है. अक्सर पटेल आपको जिता रहा था गेम साउथ अफ्रीका के अगेंस्ट, फिर जडेजा आके जिताया. लोअर ऑर्डर में है लोग जो जिता रहे, इवन दो द पर्सनालिटी इज चेंजिंग. दिस इज एन इशू लाइक इन चैलेंजिंग कंडीशंस. Whoever is batting, it's a problem, and this has been a problem for a while. It's not just right now, and it happens particularly when there's a bit of movement, and like the ball is swinging a bit and there's something in it for the bowlers. Ye aa jata. Even on flat pitches in a big match, you're chasing 350 against Pakistan. I understand it's a big score, but that wicket was very good to bat on. उसमें क्या हुआ, हार्दिक पांड्या ने छह मारा, मगर के रोहित शर्मा, आमिर, Virat Kohli, Amir, these guys all got out and it wasn't swinging that much. Yes, it was a good spell, but it wasn't unplayable. His unplayable spell was when Virat Kohli played him in the Asia Cup in 2016. And Virat Kohli scored a 50 there. That was an unplayable spell. That was a great innings. But I don't know, pressure situations, a tinge of grass here and there. Sometimes the top order does struggle, or a lot of the time. Lahore has lost all matches chasing this PSL. Ooh. WTC फाइनल में वेरी डेंजरस बोल रहे हैं. इंग्लैंड में आज देख लो उसको, बिल्कुल सही है. और पूरे सब डेंजरस, हेजलवुड भी डेंजरस, पैट कमिंस भी डेंजरस रहेगा, नेथन लाइन उन्हें तो पलटाएगा वहां पे भी. सो ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज गोइंग टू बी अ मच मोर डिफिकल्ट टीम टू प्ले इन इंग्लैंड, एंड आई फेल्ट दैट दे प्लेड वेल इन इंडिया, especially after losing 2 games. Even that Delhi game, they were interested in that game for a while until that 1 hour of collapse. They were
collapse.
doing. Australia is a very good team, and they will be more dangerous in England conditions compared to India.
100% भाई. स्टार्क तो है ही है, एंड कैमरन ग्रीन है उनके पास. अगर जॉश हेजलवुड सही हो गया, जॉश हेजलवुड भी खतरनाक है. स्पिनिंग ऑप्शंस भी है सही. ओवरऑल आई थिंक ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज टेकिंग अवे अ लॉट मोर फ्रॉम इंडिया बिकॉज दे अंडरस्टूड इंडिया के वीकनेसेस क्या है थ्रू आउट दिस थिंग. ऑब्वियसली रैंक टर्नर विल बी अ डिफरेंट वे, बट लाइक ये स्विंगिंग कंडीशंस में तो भाई अलग level हो जाएंगे. But also I mean I was happy with today our bowlers performances with Shami and Siraj. They took 3 each. They bowled very well, and I'm just getting more hopes with Siraj and Shami probably in the WTC final right now.
Siraj has probably been maybe top 3 or even the best one-day bowler in the last 1 year, I think. If you've just seen his one-day figures, even the way he's bowled with the new ball, how he's come back with the older ball. Yes, you can take that Bangladesh series aside where the older ball thoda sa padi hongi usko, lekin overall he's been incredible, man, Mohammad Siraj.
But he still managed to get wicket in that, right? And if you're talking about a test, Litton Das को भी निकाल लिया था उन्हें लड़ लेके. Bowled I think 2 innings में निकाला था. So yeah, Siraj has ways of getting wickets. That's what I like about him. कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ तो भी उंगली करता, नहीं तो swing जो variations develop करा lately, तो वो सब अगर देख रहे तो इन्हें निकाल लेता कुछ भी करके. I don't think we can play with 4 seamers knowing that KS Bharat will be keeping.
I don't think we can play 4 seamers. Yeah. It will be they're going to try to strike a balance. This is where what Faiz mentioned about all-rounders. You need those.
Do you think Hardik Pandya might come and play?
I think he should, but I don't think he will.
He might. If he feels fit, probably that would.
No, because this
will be a very good.
He hasn't played Test cricket in a long time. I don't think they're going to take the chance. They're not even going to ask him, I don't think. दैट्स जस्ट व्हाट आई फील। इस सीरीज में बिल्कुल मजा नहीं आ रहा भाई, अभी तो शुरू हुई सीरीज, अभी 2 मैच है, डोंट वरी। अगर मजा नहीं आ रहा बर्दाश्त करो थोड़ा, आईपीएल शुरू हो रहा है, आईपीएल में खतरनाक फेस्टिवल रहने वाला है। सब
अंशुल भाई नहीं, मैं वो अंशुल भाई मजाक है, कैसा नहीं आ रहा भैया? पहले के 3 टेस्ट मैच कितने मजेदार थे, 3-3 दिन में खत्म हो जा रहे थे, 2-2 दिन में खत्म हो रहे थे। फोर्थ वाला तो मैं मानता हूँ भाई, वो रोड पे वो कराची के दिन याद आ गए, ओए वो तापाल चाय और वो सब याद आ गया मेरे को। बट मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक दिस सीरीज हैज एक्चुअली बीन वेरी गुड। लाइक मुझे, आई डोंट नो इफ यू फील द सेम वे। द 4 टेस्ट छोड़ के द फर्स्ट 3 टेस्ट नेल बाइटिंग, पूरे लोग 90-90 ओवर देख रहे थे कि नहीं देख रहे? मैं तो देख रहा था, लाइक एवरी सेशन आई वाज वाचिंग एटलीस्ट लाइक 80 ओवर्स तो मैं देख रहा था। लंच वंच अगर कुछ बीच में आप निकाल लो हिसाब। बट पहले के दिन फोर्थ वाला तो मैं रोने पे आ गया था। आज वनडे भी लाइक थोड़ा स्लो हो गया था, बट अगेन आपको कैरेक्टर दिखता है इसमें। लाइक दैट्स व्हाट आई लाइक अबाउट दिस काइंड ऑफ वनडेज। आपको कैरेक्टर्स दिख के आते हैं कि भाई प्रेशर कैसा सो करना, ये करना है, एंड यू लर्न हाउ टू लाइक कंप्लीट अ गेम। तो a lot of things
But the thing
go
is,
about
we
it.
haven't seen tight finishes, last over finishes, last hour finishes, last half an hour finishes, which we've seen in New Zealand, we've seen
New
in
Zealand,
other
even in
countries. Yes.
Pakistan.
Yeah, so like that's what Anshul Bhai is it Anshul Bhai? Yeah, that's what he's probably trying to say. Ki one-sided ho ja end mein. Even though Australia were competitive in Delhi, but yeah, I think because one-sided victories ho rahe the, that's why the finishes the close nahi the, so maybe that's why he got.
बट उधर आप न्यूजीलैंड के मैच में देख लो भाई, वो तो अलग लेवल ही है अभी।
Yeah. आपके हिसाब से कोई टेस्ट सीरीज आशीष 5 हो सकती है? मेरे कल सारे हाइलाइट्स देखी, क्या सीरीज थी, केपी एंड फ्लिंटॉफ बैटिंग।
फ्लिंटॉफ भाई, वो मैं मुस्तफा भाई साथ देखे थे, राइट? वी आल्सो टुगेदर, और दैट 2007 or 11, no 2005 Steve
I
Harmison
don't know
and
if I
Matthew
was with
Walker.
you, but I watched almost every ball of that. मेरे लिए वो मेरा फेवरेट सीरीज है। क्लोज गैबा का भी आ सकता, मैं वो भी हर बॉल देखा था। वो जो सीरीज था, especially with the storyline, Virat Kohli leaving, a lot of players getting injured, Ashwin भी नहीं खेला last में, like it was basically Rahane and kids, and Rahane, Pujara and kids in the last test match. That was a very exciting series, but yes, I think वो जो Flintoff वाली series थी incredible, और माहौल जो था भाई, ओपा इंग्लैंड में, I wish I was there at that time, but just watching it on
वही सीरीज था ना, विकेट लेके जो यूं हेड शेक करता हूं।
that series made me fall in love with cricket permanently. Like I've been watching cricket from 99, but 2003 2005 का जो था, मैं बोला this is it man, like what an atmosphere. And I always give more interest to India games, but that made me fall in love with the game properly, watch other matches, other series. Is probably, for me it was all time favorite man. क्या लगता है बेन स्टोक्स को 2023 वर्ल्ड कप खेलना चाहिए था? हाँ, मेरे हिसाब से खेलना चाहिए, बट आई डोंट थिंक वो डिसीजन ले लिया। अब आई डोंट नो अगर वो वापस आएगा या नहीं। But he's won everything. Maybe he just wants to win World Test Championship now, I think. And
I mean, but अगर Ben Stokes is required, ये इंग्लैंड टीम जिस तरीके से शेप अप कर रही है ओडीआईस के लिए, इट्स नॉट लुकिंग वेरी ग्रेट। अगर अपन लोग के फॉर्म देख रहे हैं, 9-10 हार गए थे, फिर अब जाके एक जीते, फाइनली 2-3 जीते, उसमें भी लाइक
वही था।
मैं टी20 का नहीं बोल रहा हूं, लाइक आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग 50 ओवर पर से, एंड लाइक इन सब कॉन्टिनेंट कंडीशंस।
टी20 वर्ल्ड कप का भी वही था उन लोग का परफॉर्मेंसेस, दे वर बैड लाइक बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप, and then they lost to Ireland also in the World Cup, फिर एकदम से पलटा दिए, तो maybe
but again अब I think it will coming towards, अगर अपन क्लोजर देख रहे हैं, इंजरी अगर हुई, जोफ्रा आर्चर, इन लोगों को अगर कोई इंजर हुआ तो then they'll probably need Ben Stokes there to stabilize it, right? So वो, और ऑलराउंडर्स की कमी तो हमेशा ही है, तो Ben Stokes is like the perfect guy to replace anyone. बैटर ले लो, बॉलर ले दो, मिड डीप मिड विकेट का फील्डर। हाँ, वॉर ही था भाई, ये तो अलग लेवल का वॉर था।
वो जो what got the best part of that series was from the start to the end, right? The first session, Harmison जो bouncer मारा था, I think Langer को मारा, that set the tone. And then the England got wiped in that match, and we're like, oh, okay, here we go again. Then second test match, finished on the last ball, Geraint Jones picking that catch. Then they went to Old Trafford, वहाँ पे Ricky Ponting 150 on day 5. And वो फेस देखो इंग्लैंड में, और ये conditions, why I enjoy cricket is that the overcast conditions keeps changing the situation. Sometimes you have the bowler dominating on day 1, sometimes you have the batsman dominating day 5, sometimes ulta ho jata, we don't know how it's going.
Exactly.
So that's why it's like it's unpredictable, and it was incredible man, that series was crazy. Sorry
अब भाई क्या अपन देखे यार, too much cricket, and that's why मेरे को वही है कि यार इंडिया पाकिस्तान also on that, like maybe not on the level of Ashil, but it's because जज्बात दिख के आते हैं. You see so much aggression, you see so much rivalry, but also it's like, and that's what makes it test match more fun to watch. And like when you see like घुरम घारी देखते हैं आप, ये देखते हैं आप, like जेसन गिलेस्पी आते used to आके चॉप मारता था गुस्से में आके, वो हेडबैंड डाल के आ रहा, उन्हें गालियां दे रहा, उन्हें गालियां दे रहा, but वो अच्छा भी दिखता कि भाई like it's a battle, it's a war. And अभी I don't know why यार इंडिया पाकिस्तान का रख देना
इंडिया पाकिस्तान
जबरदस्त
तो
था.
फॉर मी आई मीन रेड बॉल क्रिकेट जमाना हो गया देख के, but white ball, it's huge because I'm brought up with a lot of Pakistani friends and everything, so it's huge, man. That game is always on the thing. So but yeah, I red ball, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen an Ashes kind of series, I don't think. वैसा like you know, even जो इंडिया जीती थी 2004 में फ्रेंडशिप
4 में, yeah.
उसमें, और फिर 2005 पाकिस्तान आई थी, वहां पे पाकिस्तान शायद 1-1 करी थी, फिर 2006 में पाकिस्तान 1-0 जीती. वो भी लाइक वन साइडेड या बोरिंग ही मैचेस थे.
I mean, pitches तो अपने वाले रोडाइंस थे पूरे, but like फिर भी आप देख लेते हैं, you know, you don't mind it because of the rivalry. Hello, no way Rahul should be trolled in ODI formats. I always praise him in ODI. I think he's most suited to ODI, but not happy with Virat. Dismissal was awful. He was squared all over by Stark. What a spell! Yeah, Stark also, Siraj also, Shami also, but it's about consistency, right? Like I understand Rahul has been good in ODI format. He beat Sri Lanka, he beat thing, but he didn't play in New Zealand, so we still haven't seen a lot of him in this year. But I'm still waiting for a string of good matches and a string of ICC innings. That's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah. Anshul bhai, I think has another comment.
US Australia.
उस ऑस्ट्रेलिया को फॉलो ऑन
रहना उसका टाइम बहुत big. Yeah, man, that was a gutsy move, right? And I think वहीं से इंग्लैंड का गट्स मालूम हो क्या था. And
अंशुल भाई, आपके लिए सवाल है मेरे से, मेरे तरफ से. आपको ये नाम याद है क्या, गैरी प्रैट? अगर आप वो सीरीज देखे तो आपको बिल्कुल याद रहेगा, और आप मेरे को बता सकते क्या वो उसने क्या किया वो सीरीज में. फैज ऑलरेडी रिसर्च.
Yeah, I'm researching. I don't remember.
But yeah, I think sorry, about the pitch.
No, go ahead. No.
Yeah, no, I think overall, India bowler set it up. The way Shamin Siraj bowled, you nailed it for me. Shamin is probably man of the match. I think he really set the tone for India. And then Rahul, the way he batted, outstanding with Ravindra Jadeja, very good partnership, a good start for India. Still, there are signs where they have to improve the top order in tricky situations. Bowlers as well with the new ball. You would like them to be a bit more accurate. And let's see what happens in the second one day is in Visakhapatnam. So that should be a lot of fun as well. Hanji,
yeah, 100%. I just remembered what you were saying with Gary Pratt. I remember the...
You remember
the mistake? No. I remember because I just saw the photo of his action of his throwing the ball, and I remember he took a run out. Ricky Ponting
को run out करा था, I think second test में, and Ponting गालियां दे रहा था Darren क्या है वो फ्लेचर को, इंग्लैंड का जो मैनेजर था, कोच था, up the stairs about, and he's like, you bloody this that क्या की next level efforts. It was crazy, bro. That moment, I'll never forget that. Today, Virat still remind me of bold semi-final, and Gill need to work hard to play in swimming conditions. I agree, sir.
Wahab injured. Now Babar or Sai will have. Oh, it's still I think more or less in Zalmi favor for now.
Jalandhar's favor, man.
114 and 78 head. I mean, yeah. Let's see.
I required 8.8. You can do this in your sleep, man.
What?
Required 8.8. It's fine. Like it's a good run rate. Today,
yeah, I mean, overall, yeah. Next thing, अब सूर्या कुमार का भी अब शुरू होने वाला है. I'm pretty sure करण ने नहीं perform करने वाला है in the next 2 ODIs because Surya has been, बेहतरीन रहा. उन्हें T20 में कोई खिलाफ नहीं बोलेंगे T20 में उसके, but 50 ओवर फॉर्मेट में मे बी थोड़ा बहुत टाइम लगता है एक्लेमेटाइज करने के लिए, थोड़ा बहुत आदत लगना पड़ता. आपको जब आप पिच पे जाते हैं T20 स्पेशलिस्ट, इमीडिएटली एक्सपेक्टेशन ये होती है कि सूर्या मारना शुरू कर देना वो बॉल मत से, एंड इट्स हार्ड, राइट? 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप 50 ओवर गेम अलग ही है. But yeah, I think we should just give him some time to get used to the conditions, play, and I just want him to also understand that उन्हें खुद समझना कि भाई ये T20 नहीं है.
He's burning his chances right now, man.
Yeah.
He's burning his chances. I also want him to play in the World Cup. मैं तो बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ उसका, especially in 50 over because of his. I mean T20 is better, but I want him in 50 over also because of the way he plays. But he's burning his chance. I just hope he gets one big innings and like at least knocks on the door. Right now he might not even be in the squad, man. The way he's playing,
Yeah,
unless there's injury.
100%.
Rajat Patel and Sanju
Right.
Samson deserve a chance in ODI. No hate to Sky. Yeah, look, there will be people knocking on the door now. Wahab is bowling but doesn't look comfortable. Yeah, they'll need to get at least a couple more overs out of him because Babar and Saim bowling 3 overs, that is risky, man. Because Surya has played 21 ODI matches, I'm not
I
saying he
think
should.
Rajat Patidar, I think was going to replace Shreyas Iyer in this series. If I read it correctly, Yaad aa raha ke Rajat Patidar
He's
might
in
be
the
the
squad,
replacement. Yeah, he is in the squad.
इंडिया कोई लेफ्ट आर्म को मौका दे चाहिए वर्ल्ड कप में, बहुत इम्पैक्ट डालता है लेफ्ट आर्म. 2015 वर्ल्ड कप, स्टार्क वर्ल्ड कप, सैम करन. हाँ देखो, लेफ्ट आर्म ब्रिंग्स अ डिफरेंट एंगल. राइट हैंडर्स के लिए स्पेशली जब बॉल स्विंग हो रहा है, थोड़ा सा अंदर आने का बॉल
Andar
दिक्कत
aane
होती है. And then the one which skids on, it can get the edge. India themselves had probably the best left arm bowler at that time was Zahir Khan, man. He was incredible, bro. He was
Yes.
so good. So
Yeah, and
and
then he developed the reverse swing, and he was just a nightmare for everyone.
yeah. And in all formats, this guy, like especially in 2011, the way he bowled in that World Cup, he was India's best bowler. He was so good. So I agree, like a left-arm bowler can really help. But who is that? Who will they develop? That's the only question. Only time will tell. Yep, he was in Bangladesh squad. I agree with Anshul bhai over there. It's just that, yeah, is there someone on that level, that caliber? We're
There's
seeing what.
Arshdeep, that Shivam Mavi, I think was left-handed right now. The only two that I coming to my mind,
Who?
but Shivam Mavi and
No,
Arshdeep
Shivam is right-handed.
is right, and it's only Arshdeep then. Yeah,
No,
Arshdeep,
no.
only Arshdeep.
Arshdeep, Unatkat,
Mo-
Mohsen Khan, and the
Mohsen
guy who
Khan,
played in the
yeah.
Bangladesh series, who we mentioned, who was he? The who played in the Bangladesh series, bro.
Oh,
He was also left-handed. I forgot his name. He's
yeah,
pretty.
मेरे को याद नहीं.
But yeah, चार है, but अब वो level के है नहीं है, अब only time will tell. Let's see. The IPL is not the ideal scenario, but at least it'll give us an idea. It'll give us थोड़ा सा
Yeah,
झलक.
100%. We also like New Zealand का भी चल रहा. You think Kane Williamson another 100 on the cards potentially?
Kane, I haven't seen the score, 155 for 2.
152, yeah.
I forgot this match existed. Kane Williamson.
Because it had nothing to do with the WTC final, तो सब lightly लिया उसको.
I think, yeah, like 100 on the cards. Henry Nichols also. I mean, Tom Blundell is there. Daryl Mitchell is still there. So New Zealand will be looking to score. They only played like 50 overs, right? 48 overs. So
Yeah.
tomorrow, if they bat the full day, you can see a big score coming up.
Yes, sir.
Let's
यहाँ
do
पर
this and then sign out in a few minutes. Tomorrow we'll come back with the PSL review. Fez, tomorrow's the final,
yeah.
right? We'll come to this guy.
Arshdeep going to play country, hopefully. He is. County.
County.
Who is he going to play for? That's interesting. That's actually very good. He's doing something smart. He's developing some techniques in the county.
Yash Dayal. Fez.
Yes, yeah.
I think he
Okay.
was.
RCB एक match जीत गए, but they're knocked out, I think, right? Gujarat won, if I'm not wrong. Yesterday, they beat Delhi, so I think, yeah,
Gujarat
they're
won.
knocked out. There's no chance, mate. So RCB, as usual, no trophy. Now it's time on to the men. I think after IPL 8, yes, they have performed in IPL. Then why not? Because he has good speed. I'm not in favor of Arshdeep in ODI. What do you think? Again, Vinesh bhai, this is controversial because we have mentioned BCCI has said IPL के उससे नहीं उठाएंगे. Ranji format से चालू होना है बनता ही. But yeah, he did perform okay in the Ranji circuit as well. But you can't come in through the IPL. If they do, then there's going to be a lot of questions.
Arshdeep bowled well for India also in T20, so that's why they wanted to give him that chance. But yeah, he's had issues with no balls. He's had issues with consistency and bowling long spells, which we did not really know at that time. So he was straight ahead, and mind you, he was one of the best bowlers in the country at that time. Arshdeep was really good, man. So they had to give him a chance, but it didn't work out. That's a separate thing. Khalil bhi hai, bhai.
Khalil नहीं है. खाली है वो. Khalil नहीं है, खाली है वो.
Yeah,
Kent is a good club, man.
Yash Dayal was, he's the guy I'm saying he was selected in the Bangladesh squad, Vinesh bhai. He was selected.
But then post that only they started this. He should not be selected for the IPL and stuff like that. So I don't know. But yeah, he's decent. Let's see.
He got injured or something, man. I think that's why उसके बाद नहीं pick करे शायद. कुछ हुआ था उसको बांग्लादेश में, because I remember he didn't play the last game or something. हरमीत फाइनल में जाके चोक ना कर दे, मुंबई हार
नहीं होगा आई थिंक मैन. ये जो मुंबई की टीम में भाई अलग लेवल है. हरमीत इतना इजी बना देती है यार बैटिंग को. ने इतना लाइट लेके गैप ढूंढ के दूसरों को शर्म आना के इनला कहीं को नहीं मारे वो ने ऐसा कड़क मार रही. बट आई होप दिल्ली लाइक अगर दे पुल अप because a lot of people think the only one that can target Mumbai is Delhi, but that day McLanning and these guys didn't stand up. Shafari Verma नहीं कर पाए कुछ. Maybe it would be a different
I think
scenario.
Delhi has a chance. If it's a Delhi-Mumbai final, I would say 60-40 Mumbai's favor, but Delhi has a very good chance in that final.
Yeah,
Because Meg Lanning is one trophy, man. She's a trophy magnet, bro. The girl, I mean, ready for her. Injuries भी issue है. Most of the young bowlers we saw in IPL were injured last year. Like Khalid Mohsin, yes, injury is an issue, and also second year syndrome. If you see, like, भाई क्या नाम था उसका, but I remember one guy very clearly right now, Venkatesh Iyer. पहला सीरीज खतरनाक कर दिया, मौत डाल दिया. ये वो, he actually played well for India also, but then second season के बाद he got found out. There was someone, Fez, who was it, man, for Punjab, Paul Varthati or something, 400-500 रन मार दिया था. एक
Paul Varthati, yeah. Opener.
So,
एक ओपनर भी तो था कोई. हाँ, आई थिंक वही था, पॉल वर्थाटी था.
फिर असनॉटकर राजस्थान चैंपियन IPL पे चले गया उन्हें. So this is the second year syndrome as well for a lot of Indian players in the IPL. Natarajan very injury prone as well. Again, like what Chirag Bhai said, it's a very valid point. Injuries has not helped, and that's why these players go and come.
संजू सैमसन को चले लो भाई. संजू सैमसन तो आता इंडिया के स्क्वाड में, फिर इंजर हो जाता. So like,
bro, Sanju Samson is what do you call it, man? He's a sensation in India, or a person. I've like just the social media that I've seen. This guy, the following that he has, it's right up there, man. And he hasn't really achieved much yet, but जो backing है भाई, क्या लोग
IPL से कब से
भैया, फिर भी IPL जीता भी नहीं मेरे ख्याल से. Like so just the fall, and it's not like, yeah, he's had a few crazy innings, but the following this guy has, I know he has incredible talent. I'm not saying that. But
it comes from a sporting state, right? Kerala, and Kerala are mad about their sports. Football and the cricket and the पूरा follow करते.
Tino Yohannan never used to get this much support, bro.
Tino Yohannan के time पे नहीं था जी Instagram, Twitter. Tino Yohannan, baby. But yeah, I mean, hey, he's a sensation.
I'm not saying why. It's very good, but I'm just surprised, man. Oof, this guy, if he scores like match-winning runs for India, this guy's gonna be I think the biggest star, like biggest. Like, if he starts winning matches for India, because already he has a fan following without winning trophies, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, IPL अगर उन्हें कर दिया situations में लाके जिता दिया मैच को, मैच विनर का टाइटल मिल गया अगर उसको, he'll be there in the next few.
Yeah, ये टाइम पे फाइनल पहुंची तक बटलर मर रहा था, मगर फिर भी संजू सैमसन का नाम चल रहा था. राज संजू बाबा का है बस. So yeah, I love it. Like, I'm not saying anything. Bro, that a match India and Kochi, Chahal put a video on his Instagram that look at Sanju Samson craze bolke. I don't even think Sanju Samson was in the squad for that match.
Next level दिख रहा है.
Incredible. But that wraps it. Faz, you wanted any few words you wanted to mention, you can mention.
Few words, नहीं, 72 for 3 run out हो गया है Abdullah Shafiq. So it's all about the PSL right now, and थोड़े दिन में फिर IPL शुरू हो जाएगा, second ODI भी रहेंगी, तो या काफी चीजें to look forward to hopefully.
तो few words ही थे वो. I think nicely summed up.
2 mark के question को 2 mark answer.
तो सूर्या क्या दिक्कत आ रही ODI में, परफॉर्मेंस नहीं, बैट्समैन ऐसा रुक के भी खेलते, मार के भी, like Josh Butler. Yeah, look, the thing is, I don't know what's exactly going wrong with him. You could say that maybe he's being a bit aggressive, but I've seen people being aggressive and still score runs. Maybe it's a mental block, maybe there's some technical flaw. We'll have to analyze that a bit more. I will take out his dismissals in 1 day and analyze it today, see like, because I want him to play, but if he's not scoring runs, there's nothing I can say to defend him. So let's see what he's making, why he's making these mistakes. Is it just because he's playing shots, or is it something else? Is there another flaw which is getting exposed in longer formats? That's what we will have to see. Let's wrap that up. We will catch you tomorrow, hopefully after the PSL final, and we'll review that. And then I think the Sunday is the Visakhapatnam game first, so we can preview that tomorrow as well. राइट, इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया। थैंक यू सो मच। आज काफी लोग जुड़े हमारे साथ, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। मेक श्योर आप लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो, नोटिफिकेशन की घंटी भी दबा दो। सॉरी मेरी आवाज थोड़ा खराब था आज, लेकिन होपफुली थोड़े दिन में ठीक हो जाएगा। और आईपीएल का भी कंटेंट जबरदस्त रहेगा। मैं और फैज आते रहेंगे, लोगों को भी बुलाएंगे एंड बातचीत करेंगे, मजाक भी उड़ाएंगे, एनालाइज करेंगे, सब करेंगे, एंजॉय करो। मगर आप लोग भी जुड़िए हमारे साथ, बहुत मजा आता है। वन लास्ट कमेंट फ्रॉम आवर what do you call it, Hall of Fame of chasing the target, Mr. Chirag Gupta, who's always here every single episode. Man, Mohsin Khan has only played one first-class match in his whole career. But I think Jasprit Bumrah also had that issue, right? He didn't play that many first-class matches.
Umran Malik also didn't play a lot of first-class cricket. So it's
right,
like not
we sorted it out, bro. Talent is talent. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We will catch you tomorrow. Make sure you hit that notification button, because you'll see the time as well that we go live. And Fez, thank you as well for your input. I will catch you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night, everybody.